If you want to skip straight to the vlog footage, it's at the 17.5-minute mark. If you want to see the November wrap-up, stay tuned. Hello, it's Doris with Aldi Books. I'm here for a super quick wrap-up of my November reads. Most of these are nonfiction November reads, and there are 12 of them, so you know, that doesn't sound very quick, but I'm going to try to make it quick. A lot of these I've vlogged, so if you've watched my vlogs, you've heard about them, and a couple I don't really want to say too much about them because they're for my January focus projects that I still need to do videos on, so I'll talk about them more there. And yeah, some of them I just don't really have that much to say, so hopefully we'll race through the first half and then maybe take a little more time with the second half, but that's debatable because it's November. I mean, books are November and it's December now and my memory's not so great. Anyway, and I do have vlog footage, but I've decided for this video to tack that on to the end. So there are already 8 minutes of cats. So if you want to see the cats, you can just fast forward the books. And I'm going to go meet a friend for lunch and run a couple errands and then go running at the park. So a little bit of vlog footage down there. So stay tuned for that if you're interested, or fast forward to it actually. Anyway, here are the books. So quickly, and actually a couple of these I think I did already wrap up, but I don't remember which, so sorry. This is very haphazard. But comprehensive. So Two on a Tower by Thomas Hardy. This one I intended to read for Victober a year ago and got to it in November. And this one is astronomy, and it just opens so beautifully. I really thought this was going to be another Thomas Hardy winner. Far from the Madding Crowd is one of my all-time favorite reads, but this ended up being a flop. So yeah, the relationship in this was just like so ridiculous, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And then The Yield by Tara June Wench. I meant to read this for Indigathon. I actually meant to read it for Aussie April, if I'm being honest, but I finally read it. I really enjoyed it. I listened to this on audiobook, and I think that I would have done better reading it because audiobooks they're not good at when changing perspectives happen. They're not good at letting you know the perspective, and this one took me a while to be able to tell the difference between who was speaking and what they were speaking about. And the main problem with that was the chapters that are from the perspective of the dictionary. Like, I think it's the grandfather writing the dictionary. That was a struggle. I think I would have gotten more out of it if I was more grounded in the written text, at least in the first, third of the book. I think I would have done better, but really enjoyed this as well. Just beautiful, beautiful writing. I finished my Cuban project. Yay! Anthony de Palma, The Cubans was my last read, and this is set in the more modern times after Cuba. Not that it was not under the Soviet influence, but after the Soviet bloc kind of fell apart and they didn't have the financial support from the Soviet bloc, and what a struggle that was. So this is following several different people in different walks of life during that time period, and I'm going to be talking about this more when I do my Cuba wrap up. And then I am not finished with my South African reads. That was 2 years ago, January. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. There were a lot. Like, I've already read 14 or 15, and I've read a couple this year. This was fabulous. I just found this one on a whim. just looking for South African reads. This is a, Persephone books. So, you know, it's just really gorgeous, gorgeously put together. This was just a delight to physically read, the way these Persephone books are made. Really, truly just a tactile experience. But this one, The World That Was Ours by Hilda Bernstein, she is one that her, and even more so her husband, were persecuted during apartheid in South Africa, during the time that Nelson Mandela was imprisoned. The husband was imprisoned for the 90-day period, and they ended up fleeing the country eventually. But just how hard a decision that was for them, how they wanted to support the cause. They were white South Africans, but heavily involved in the anti-apartheid movement. So yeah, this was just an excellent addition to my reading of the South African literature. And I'll hopefully speak more about that when I finally finish the South African project. Then I had the 2 little graphic novels that Rachel sent me. Thank you again, Rachel. These were delightful. I really enjoyed The Astronauts, Women on the Final Frontier by Jim Ottaviani and Maris Wicks, the illustrator. And this one just focused on how women got involved in being astronauts, and how dynamic a role that one of them played in the Final Frontier, that movement in the 80s. Anyway, really enjoyed that. And then enjoyed Primates as well. This one is focusing on 3 women, Jane Goodall, Diane Fossey, and Birute Galdikas, who were involved in primate study, and supported by some dude, I forget his name. But yeah, really interesting. This one wasn't quite as successful for me because there's a dude right there. Just because she's covering a lot of, the author is covering a lot of territory with these 3 women on 3 different continents and different, you know, they didn't coincide completely. Like, it began with Jane Goodall and, you know, evolved into the other 2. But it was charming in places. The other thing that I thought was kind of silly, to be honest, was, you know, these books are like more middle grade style content. And in this one, he tried to showcase the kind of titillating a bit with the 3 women and their sponsor, and how he tried to have sexual relationships with all 3, or possibly. And I didn't think that added anything to it. For one, like, it was dumb to me. It took away from the accomplishments of these women. But also, like, why would you do that in a middle grade book where it wouldn't really be appropriate? Anyway, so there's that. And then Bellevue by David Oshinski, 3 Centuries of Medicine and Mayhem at America's Most Storied Hospital. This was brilliant. I do remember wrapping this one up, but this was just focusing on, you know, the evolution of modern medicine and hospitals for like how many centuries? 3 centuries in America. Excellent read if you're into that kind of nonfiction. And then I read, like, that one could have been my top, and maybe I can't even decide between these 3 which one is my top read of nonfiction November. But I read The Tangled Tree, A Radical New History of Life by David Cuomin. This is on what is it, molecular phylogeny, and what was that? Is an acronym. CRISPR, CRISPR technology, which basically is where our, COVID vaccines are coming from. All this DNA sequencing, RNA sequencing, and RNA splicing and replication and all of that. I mean, it's fascinating. And David Cuomin is, one of my favorite science writers. I just eat up his books, every one of them. This one's a little bit more scientific in the writing and terminology, so it's not, you got to pay attention, especially if you're not as familiar with molecular biology. And one thing I did want to highlight with this was how much I appreciated the amount of women that David Cuomin put into this narrative, and highlighting how critical and impactful they were to this scientific development, which, even beyond that, one of the scientists who developed one of the vaccines was a woman as well. So I just really, really appreciated that he, put the women in the narrative, because, a lot of my nonfiction the last few years, especially with the Cuban project, has highlighted how a lot of male historians will just, for whatever reason, neglect the women in the story, and how when you realize that the women were there, it's just like, it's kind of frustrating. Anyway, so I just really appreciated that. Then I Contain Multitudes by Ed Young, The Microbes Within Us and a Grander View of Life. Oh my goodness, this was brilliant as well. So I don't know which one was my favorite. I can't even pick. And why do I need to? They're all so great, so great. But this is just about how all of the microbes living within us, and they're not all bad guys. No, like, so many of them are vital to our existence, and we're in this communal relationship with all these little tiny beasties in our bodies. Yeah, it just gave me a lot. Like, I need to read it again. And this one I listened to on audiobook, and it was brilliant on audiobook. And this one is very accessible, where the Tangled Tree is maybe not quite as much. This one is very accessible. I would recommend it to anyone, honestly. And this one kind of, if you're a child of the 80s and the, Wild Kingdom, a lot of the chapters kind of felt like that writing, the Wild Kingdom out on the Serengeti, but it's microbes in your body. So very entertaining as well, but packed with information. So highly recommend this one if you're looking for a scientific read. And then The Lion in the Living Room, How House Cats Tamed Us and Took Over the World by Abigail Tucker. This one was much more scientific than I expected. This one, I thought it was just going to be another cutesy cat read, but it was a lot of like actual scientific studies and research, and, trying to track down the historical aspect of how cats became domesticated, which was vastly different from dogs. And then this idea that cats actually kind of domesticated themselves, and we don't own them. They're not like doggies. They're still their own little lions. But if you're a cat lover, this is, I think, a must read for your shelves. Not all of the chapters resonated with me. There were a couple that were less so, but overall thoroughly enjoyed that. And then American Eden by Victoria Johnson. This is David Hossick, Botany and Medicine in the Garden of the Early Republic. So this is the early days of the United States, and this one paired really nicely with Bellevue, the one that I talked about first in the nonfiction. Where is that one? Yes. These two paired really well, because this one focused on the early years and is actually set mostly in New York City. So there's some parallel writing in here. And this is like one of those naturalist reads from the 1800s, one of those kind of guys. And just how modern medicine kind of got away from the bloodletting and vaporous mist woo-woo and more into actual medicines, mostly from botany based, that worked for real in our bodies. And David Hossick is like a minor character in history, but he plays a major role in this field and, you know, in society in general. And it was just a really interesting niche view of history. So enjoyed that. I think I've talked about this one as well already. And then You Never Forget Your First, a biography of George Washington by Alexis Coe. This was charming. It's small for a biography, a presidential biography, but I think it would pair nicely with, you know, a more stereotypical biography, just to give you a different view of this man. She doesn't, you know, downplay his importance or anything, but she just highlights some atypical views, you know, in his life and star across American history. And, you know, the man thighs, I just can't, I still laugh. I don't think I'll ever be able to read a Ron Chernow after reading this. Oh my goodness. I wish I had marked that cover for you, the illustration. But yeah. It's funny stuff. Anyway, November was a great out. I just stabbed myself. A great reading month. Oh my goodness, this is a long video. Maybe I should split the vlog and post it tomorrow. What do you think? Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna jet. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye. I know y'all been up to no good in here. One. I know who did it too. Yeah. 2, 3. It's more than that. Look at how bare the bottom is. Where are the rest? Y'all play an Easter egg with my Christmas ornaments? I have to check under the couch. That side's better. So cute. Look at my tree. Ain't no thing, guy. Ain't no thing. I know you didn't do it. Yeah, look at that. Look at Kitty in action. This one's got a sweet tooth. Oh, I already had to move Santa item down there, but they were giving his beard a trim. So, yeah, he got moved. Oh, he's got a bald spot now. Here's Santa. Take it back. This could get ugly. Quarry sighted. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, guy knows where he went. Oh, there he is. Oh, this is gonna be embarrassing. Oh no. Y'all watching this show? Pretty exciting, isn't it? Uh-oh. We're gonna have a showdown at the candy canes. Oh, look at that tail. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. busted. I think she lost her mind. How does a cat decide which toy to play with? Itch. Gotta scratch that itch. Which one will it be? Some washi tape stuck on a ball. Oh my goodness. Oh, here you go. Oh. I know where there's more toys. This is going to be disturbing, guy. Sorry. What? Oh, there were toys under here. Oh, there they are. Look at that. There's your favorite, Cheeky. There's your favorite. I gotta sweep this now. And a partridge in a pear tree. Oh, now you lost your mind? Itch. What up with the itches? I know, it's winter. Y'all got a lot of toys when they're all swept up. Is it nap time, Chickie? You taking naps? You taking little naps? Oh, you found it, Moo Moo. There it is. I missed some sweeping too. Good. You're so entertaining. Look at that baby.
She being cute?
She being a baby.
She had in her mouth?
Yep. This mama's boy. The baby's having naps. Want some tension, Chickie? You got your purr box going. This is my babies. This is my guy. Oh, this is Momo. Always licking. You better be careful, guy. You're getting awfully close to a cuddle puddle. What is that? Real close. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know where it's warm, don't you, Missy? You my little Florida girl. You my little Florida girl. Just like her mama. Just like her mama. Hey friends. So, I just filmed a November wrap-up. I know it's kind of late for that, but that's what I just did. And I was going to attach it to this vlog, but this vlog's already kind of long because, you know, the cats were cute today. I think so. And I got some stuff going on. I'm about to go have Red Robin with an old coworker and then run a couple errands and go run at the park. So, and the wrap up was 16, almost 17 minutes. So in the interest of short videos that upload faster, I'm going to post the wrap up tomorrow and just make this a quickie vlog. So yeah, I just started a Wallflower Christmas, which is delightful. If you're into romance, I'm sure you're aware of Lisa Kleypas, the Wallflower series. So this is like a novella. It's just 5.5 hours long. And I was just in the mood for some Christmas romance, especially since that last romance book I read was such a dud. So this is a reread for me, but it's just so charming already. It's just what I wanted. So yeah. Anyway, I got to run in because I'm late. But she's late too, so it's not so bad. Anyway, let's do this. I'm so excited. I think they have gluten-free buns here. It's been a while. Red Robin, yum. Ooh, I can smell it already. That's so cute. Great movie. A burger and a bun. So exciting. Ooh. Yum. Hey friends, so I just got home, spent 2 hours chatting with my friend at Red Robin, and then I had to run my errands. So they only had light blonde at Kroger, and I was wanting to be a little more festive, so I had to run to Walgreens to find the light red. I think that's gonna be fun. A little haul. I got oopsie, gluten-free funfetti and cream cheese for, you know, the holidays. And my friend got me the party-sized Lay's and 6-pack, so I'm set. I didn't have time to go to the park to go running, but I'm gonna do that now. Sundown is in 7 minutes, but you know, we have a little time beyond that. It's okay. So I better go do the thing now. So I'll catch you later. I did it. Feels good to be out moving after being a slug for several days. Hello, little kitty. You're a little neighborhood kitty. Hello. Hello, little kitty. So cute. So cute. Oh, feisty. Feisty. So festive. What do you think, Guy? Yeah? Are you so cozy, Momo? You're so cozy. You having good naps, Moo? You in the zone? Did you wake up, Moo? Did you wake up? You got my foot falling asleep, cat. I'm glad you're comfortable. No, Moo. Don't bite. No. Oh. Oh, no. Good morning. So, my hair is just a little more festive than I intended. Say hello, Chicky. But that's okay. That's okay. It's semi-permanent hair dye, so I'm just gonna. You want to say hello, Momo? Say hello. I'm just gonna go wash it for about 20 minutes and see if it'll calm down a little bit. Yeah, but I've made the executive decision to go ahead and post the November wrap up and the vlog mishmash together like I originally intended, because it's not that long if I go ahead and shut my mouth right now. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Hopefully with my hair toned down just a smidge.